Welcome to Valley Viewpoint. I'm Judy Vietz, and my guest that is with me tonight is Slavik Kuznetsov. Slavik, you have an accent that tells me you weren't born in the U.S. Where were you raised, and when did you come to the U.S.?
I was born in Ukraine, and we came here in 1995.
1995, okay. You're the owner of Meticulous Touch here in town, which is a painting and construction company. Now, did you do that type of work in the Ukraine?
No, I got education and I finished medical college, and I was a nurse practitioner and massage therapist. So construction and painting, I started in the United States.
So that was new to you.
New.
About 3 years. Tell me, when did you came here in 1995?
Yes.
Okay. So about 3 years after that, you became quite ill. I would like for you to tell us that story, and I'm not going to interrupt you through this story.
Yeah, in summer 1998, I started feeling kind of funny. When I raised, I was always, not always, but a lot of time I was sick, and but this time it was different. So one day I went to hospital, and doctor made X-ray, and they said, "Slavik, you have cancer." It was shock to me because I knew what it is, and all life became black and white.
Oh my.
So I came home and told my wife, Olga. I was 27, she was 24. We had 2 kids, and I couldn't believe it happened to me. You know, I saw people, sick, but not me. I always was like, no smoking, no drinking. I like sport.
You were very healthy.
Yeah, I tried. But I was sick, maybe a couple times in the year, viruses. And this time, when they told me, I was shocked. Okay? And because I was involved in the church a lot, I was director of choir, and I was even preached because in the Russian church, not just pastor preaching, but some men.
The men in the church?
Yeah, and I knew a lot about religion, and I was thinking, if I go to church, that's it. I please God, and but when it happened, and doctor actually he told me, Slavik, we need to know. We'll take biopsy. We'll see what kind of cancer you have. If it's like Hodgkin disease, we hope for. It's not really bad. It's bad, but
they can treat that.
Yeah, they can treat, and you will be probably in remission longer time. It reacts on chemo. Second type, it was worse, and it was removable. And third one, they said, we hope you don't have it, and it was malignant lymphoma, and I hope I don't have it, of course. So when they took biopsy, sent it to Seattle, results came, and it was worse. So it was worse.
The worst.
The worst. And doctor told me, Slavik, you have to go on chemo sooner better. But I was in fear. I was in big fear. And my first question was, how long I will live?
How long will you live?
How long? And doctor said, maybe months, maybe year. It wasn't optimistic for me. So I started hoping a year.
Sure.
And they scheduled chemo, I think it was Friday, and they scheduled chemo on Monday. So I came home, started thinking. I read about Jesus a lot, and about God. I knew God can heal.
Yes.
Doctor can help, but it will end up with a death, sooner or later. So I started praying. I went to church and asked pastor and ministers if they can pray for me. They came and they said, Slavik, we don't know God's will. Maybe it's God's will you to die, but we will pray anyway. But you need to confess your sins before, and we will pray. So I confess, I cry, I weep. I want to be healed.
Yes.
And so when they were praying, I've been praying for them. So God forgive their sins too. So they will be, free, and you will hear them.
Right.
And I will be healed. So they finished and they left. And I start thinking, if it's God's will for me to die, God knows better. And better to listen to Him. So if I will go to hospital, or even I will start praying for healing, it will be against God's will, because He wants me to die. It's first. And second, if it's God's will me to live, I can pray and believe, because I will know God's will. Or I can use medicine, whatever, to escape. Because I remember in Old Testament, one king, when he was sick, he asked doctors to help him, and doctors probably helped him, but he died. Another king, Hezekiah,
Right.
he was ill too, and prophet said, you will die. So he started praying, and God answered and gave him life. He gave him, those 16 years. And prophet came and put something on his chest, which is like, I think it helped Hezekiah, to believe. Same thing with me. I was thinking, Lord, I want to know your will. And God started showing me, put on my mind, when Jesus was on the earth, He never sent anyone away. And I started thinking, God Father, He sent Jesus, and Jesus did God's will on the earth.
Right.
He never done something on His own. So God's will for all those people 2,000 years ago to be healed. And He didn't say to anyone, John or Judah, no, you have to be sick. It will help your relatives, it will help you to reach